Hello and welcome. We are Der Mist.
I'm Craig.
And I'm Ali. So this is going to be a small series of videos. We thought it might be quite interesting, and we're going to talk you through the roller coaster ride that is a day in the life of a typical band doing a local show.
If you're an artist yourself, hopefully you can relate to this. If you're someone that's a gig goer, hopefully it will give you a bit of appreciation for what it's like for bands that are just starting out.
Yeah, so first things first, the morning ritual. So that moment when you wake up in the morning and it's gig day, what do you do?
If you're lucky enough to actually have the day off in the first place, this is where the gig process begins.
If you have to do the day job and you've got to get up in the morning for work, this is usually the sort of time you'll be thinking about trying to come up with an excuse to get off early, pull a sickie, something like that.
Because you actually have a job, you're the band member with the estate car. Everybody's probably going to be relying on you to go and give lifts and do all the pickups and all the crazy running about. Unfortunately for us, we've both got responsibilities.
But I do have a van.
Yeah. With great responsibilities comes great power.
And big vans. It's actually quite a nice van.
You're going to have van envy when you see Ali's van.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's making up for other things that he's lacking in life, but... Ideally, if you are working, have it pre-arranged before the day of the gig to actually try and get away early, or hopefully have it off, unlike the lazy estate driving bass player that you probably are.
Whoa.
That wasn't aimed.
Right.
Just because I said bass player, you know, it could be like the drummer or something.
Yeah, just take the day off. Just like actually pick a holiday.
Yeah, if you care about your gig, you totally have it off.
Just take a day off.
Or if it's a good day to have a gig, like a Saturday, most people will probably manage to get that off. But because this is a typical local venue gig video...
It's definitely going to be a Wednesday night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be like a Thursday night.
When everybody has got other recreational activities on that night. So they can't come to your gig anyway because they're doing Zumba class.
Your other friend's got yoga. Someone else has got Dungeons and Dragons. It's just the way it's going to go, isn't it?
Who plays Dungeons and Dragons?
So if you're not doing that, you know, you might be the gig goer person that's like, oh, do you want to come at my mate's gig? Do you know what I mean? And that's what this video is about.
So you wake up in the you wake up in the morning, you're buzzing because you've got the show at night, but you're also aware that it could be a total disaster. So you've got all this nervous, exciting buzz going on inside your head as you go about getting yourself ready in the morning.
It's really easy to get too G'd up early doors and burn yourself out before you've even done the sound check or anything.
Probably not best to like overdose on coffee in the morning. Probably not a good thing.
Try your best to keep the nerves under control, definitely.
Gig day is not an excuse to get on the sauce early. It's not like, oh, you're getting married, yay, let's drink champagne in the hot tub. It's not a good idea. And when you pick up the other band members on your route to the show and the guys get into the back of the van or the car or whatever, and all you hear that dreaded sound, you know the one I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Looks like you're doing something else on my screen.
Baby!
This is a good time to mention touring bands.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to be on a short run of gigs or on a tour, probably likely that you've been on the Randan the night before and you've woke up with a hangover, and that's never good. The only thing to get over that is to keep drinking, and that's also not good either. Yeah, it's a bit of an endless cycle. You don't really want to get into that habit. You get into midday, you crack open a
beer,
and then you get to the venue and you have a
beer,
and then you do your sound check and then you have a
beer,
and then you wait for doors opening and your pals all come in and you go, all right man, hey, do you want a
beer?
It gets to gig time and
beer.
Nothing good ever comes of drinking too much whilst you're trying to do a show. Been there in the past, done it. It ends up turning the day into just having a blast as opposed to putting on a good show, and the only person that's having a blast is you, and nobody else is when you're wasted.
Water's your friend.
Water is your friend.
You're already going to be on a high anyway.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be on stage sweating your absolute balls off, and you know you're going to lose a lot of water, so it's good to get stocked up.
It's well known, like on a diagram of the body, you've got absolute balls.
Balls. I think I can get away with saying balls, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so this is definitely the day in the calendar where you get a proper vigorous wash, full body wash, head to toe, like nails, toenails, everything, you know, behind your ears, in your ears, up your nose, brush your teeth.
Places you don't often explore.
And it's a good time to get a shave on, trim that facial hair, or the head even. Definitely want to stay away from the eyebrows. That's a recipe for disaster, that. You don't want to go on stage looking like Spock or something, you know.
You either do the eyebrows and have one dodgy eyebrow, or you don't do the eyebrows and you've still got one dodgy eyebrow.
You just need to shave your eyebrows off altogether.
Yeah, Michael Stipe done it and just painted a big blue line across his head.
That's probably because he got too carried away with his morning ritual. He shouldn't have taken the clippers out. I think I might just do that little bit, that little hair.
The old eyebrow slip, the big squinty beard, wonky tash and all that. Or if you're one of those bands that's going for the extreme sides and like the handlebar or something like that.
Like the
you know.
chops. Big lamb chops.
You need to be good at that. You need to be a pro.
In which case, go for it.
So obviously, if you're the lead singer and you're really focused on looking good, you've got to book a hair appointment.
It's got to be at like 3 o'clock, and then it'll probably be late, so you probably won't get seen till about 3:30, and then it'll probably take about an hour for the haircuts, like 4:30, and then you've got to like dust yourself down and get to the venue. It's like you run the risk of missing sound check, and you're just putting everybody's anxiety levels through the roof.
However, there is an upside, because you're not going to be the one with a wonky eyebrow and dodgy beard, so result.
So the next stage, you've got to do the all-important picking of the outfit.
This has been a topic of discussion for many days leading up to the day
Many
of the
days,
gig.
many days, years, decades.
There's always that one band member that just wants zoot suits and he's passionate about it.
What is a zoot suit?
We can work that one in there, but you can Google it in your own time, Ali.
What is a zoot suit?
Thought you'd done your research.
No, I don't know what a zoot suit is. Is it like an all-in-one?
No, it's like a
With a collar and
brightly,
that?
see the 20s gangster suits? They're dead baggy and they're brightly coloured though. They're always like yellow or purple, really high trousers.
Right, I'm in. Right, okay, I'm with you.
The
Get it.
gigantic collar, and everything's dead baggy.
Yeah.
And you've got the hat.
It's probably quite a cool look, isn't it?
It is a cool look.
And then you've probably just got the rest of your band that turn up with Ralph Lauren polo shirts and stuff like that,
Something basic.
and their sambas.
You end up with each person in the band dressed like a member of different bands.
It's a nice wee extra thing. They've gone out their way to make themselves look good. It doesn't need to be over the top. You don't need to come prancing out wearing blooming peacock feathers stuck down your trousers or something like that. Although that would be cool.
Not everyone's got a crazy budget to spend on an outfit, so it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be the most extravagant thing, but put some effort in and try and coordinate it a wee bit.
Oh, like the White Stripes did that super well.
They were playing tiny venues. Part of the reason they were so successful is because they had the look.
And then you've got bands like the Hives.
Yeah, the
wear
Hives,
just like
yeah.
black and white. Everything's black and white suits, black and white school outfit, all that jazz, and they just stick with it.
What about how Mumford & Sons just went for the kind of Lord of the Rings chic look?
Well, see, I quite liked like the way the Kings of Leon did it. They came out with that scruffy hippie flares, long hair and beards, and then they changed it up and they
Yeah.
shaved. And they got haircuts and put like check shirts on.
And then after that, they were an international runaway success. People were like, oh, he's got a face. That guy's got a face behind that beard.
Shake. Come on in first. Come on in, baby.
It's funny how when he shaved his beard off, people could actually understand what he was saying now.
Maybe that is the reason why you can't
Yeah.
make out the words in the first album.
His beastly handlebar was just covering up his mouth and we couldn't understand the words.
Yeah. You've had your wash down. You've picked your outfit. The next stage in the day, which usually happens quite early on, is checking the gear.
This is where the downward spiral begins. If there's
Yeah,
going
this is
to
where
be
it
one.
starts. Yeah, it gets a bit more serious, doesn't it?
Like you realise you've not got a guitar and you're the guitar player. You're probably going to have to make a run to the shops for that jack lead or those guitar picks that you forgot about.
Getting to the sound check is now not a priority. It's getting to the music shop before it shuts. You always forget to get those strap locks for your guitar.
Or a 9-volt battery. You open up the pedal board, you go through all the things inside, power them up, check the cables are all good. It's always worth doing.
Or the band before you spilt their drinks all over it.
Or maybe you were in practice and you were experimenting with the layout of your pedal board and you've not changed the back or something.
You're about to go out the door. You're about to get in your estate car or your van. Like, I don't know about you, Craig, but I like stick everything at the front door. So I put my amp at the door, and then I put my kettle lead for the amp in the handle at the top of the amp. I put my guitar next to it, spare guitar if I've got one, pedal board, a wee rucksack of goodies just in case, spare pants.
Yeah, everything's lined up at the door, ready to rock.
And that's when you do your mental check. You shut your eyes and you imagine yourself on stage. Guitar, got.
Douche.
Guitar strap, got.
Douche.
Pedal board, got.
Douche.
Power supply, got.
Douche.
Jack leads, got.
Douche. Set list? Oh no. And then you go, thank God. Thank God I watched Dermis video.
Guitar picks, put them in every pocket.
If you're the drummer and you forgot the China, it's fine. We don't give a about it.
We don't care about China. Viruses come from China.
If you're one of those drummers that's got like 3 million drums and you've got a drum for each song and a cymbal for each song, if you forget one of them, it's not really a big deal. You know your list, so write it down and go through it rigorously.
Rigorously?
Yeah, it's a word.
Regularly.
Rigorously.
Rigorously.
Rigor, like when you rub something with
Rigor.
rigor.
Yeah. Rigor? When you rub something? What?
Like when you put your effort into it. Like you go over it a million times.
Rigorously.
Rigorously wiping your shoes. The fact of the day is, you're probably going to forget something between you and your
Yes.
band members.
And you'll just need to deal with it on the day.
God forbid you have to travel to somewhere like Edinburgh or a neighbouring city.
At which all of these rituals and processes go completely out the window because you're going to be spending most of your time in traffic.
If you've followed all the steps, this is the point where you're ready to move on to the next stage of the day. It's about high noon, 12.
And the clock is ticking. And in the next video, we will be discussing phase 2 of gig day,
12 to 4.
getting to the gig.
We've been Dermist. Hope you've enjoyed the video.
Thanks very much for watching.
Give us a like, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment if you've had any morning rituals you'd like to contribute to the topic.
Put them in the comments below.
See ya!
Bye! Oop.